All right, we got one more thing to do here. One more thing to do. Then I think we're ready. I've got Semi-Charmed Kind of Life in my head for some reason. I don't know why. Baby, I want something else. Because I'm not even listening to anything yet. Let's turn on some music. Let's see what we got. No. My kids were listening to Spotify. So I'm going to open up and I'm going to go back to, is it time for something new? No. We'll do new music next week. This week, last week have all been 90s. We're gonna finish out strong this week. Is it Friday? Happy Friday. You made it. I made it. Barely. Let's see what we got. Daughter by Pearl Jam. Decent song. Not so much a workout song. Creep by Radiohead. It's actually not a bad one to start on. All right, we're going to start on Creep. Today, my friends, we're finishing out, well, tomorrow, technically tomorrow we'll be finishing out our week of fat burning while maintaining some strength by doing back, chest, and shoulder exercises. We're going to do 2 rounds. Technically, there's 3 rounds. This workout, our first round is 3 exercises, 4 sets. So you do exercise 1, exercise 2, and exercise 3 with no break in between, followed by a 1-minute break. Then you do those 3 exercises again, 1-minute break, again, 1-minute break, again, 4 times total. Then you'll take a minute break and go into a different set of 3 exercises, minute break, 3 exercise, minute break, 3 exercise, minute break. So you do the exact same thing. 2 full rounds of 3 exercises, 4 sets each. And then the last third of the workout is strictly cardio. It is 20 minutes of aerobic work, either on a treadmill or a jump rope, or you're doing 10 minutes of work, 10 minutes of rest by doing 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Which means you'll jog for a minute, and then you rest for a minute, then you jog for a minute, and you do that 10 times, which will equal 20 minutes. All right. Our 3 first exercises are going to be push-ups, single-arm dumbbell rows, and bear crawls. Oh, those are awful. Let's get to work. Let's get to work that I'm not around. Oh, you're so very special. I wish I was special. So again, push-ups, 15, followed by 15 single-arm dumbbell rows. You do 15 on one side, then 15 on the other, and then 20 on each side, bear crawls. So we'll do, come over to this camera. I haven't really, wait a second, that's not right. Oh, there it goes, it wasn't working. I have not really warmed up, so I've done some stretching. Oh, but so this is going to be a little rough to start with here. Got our timer ready. Here we go. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, whatever you want. You're so very special. Oh, single arm dumbbell rows. So we bend over at the waist without curving our back, and pull up to our hips. Oh, part of this is the core work that it takes to not lean over too far, but to stabilize yourself. We have all that weight on one side and then the other. Oh, our song is Every Breath You Take by the Police. And boy, does this make me think of my mom. All grown up, she had a couple bands that were like her absolute favorite. Police was definitely one of them. Okay, 20 each side. That's not right. I'm supposed to be alternating, or sorry, doing alternating hand and foot. That felt weird. I felt like one of those creatures from Galaxy Quest. Like this. All right. I was 10 each side. Come over here to our timer, which shut down. Start it on that rest. And we'll do it again. Not too bad, right? Although my mic was probably slapping up against my face. I apologize for that. Oh, it's Friday, thank goodness. I save all the important stuff that I need to get done for Saturday. All the chores and honeydews. Every move you make and every vow you break. Hey, what is going on? Why isn't my thing working? Huh, that's interesting. My little camera switcher is being finicky. That's the word I would use, finicky. Oh wait, shoot, what am I doing? Push-ups. Push-ups are first. Now the bent over rows. I'm kind of a pansy. I wear gloves for just about everything when I'm working out. I don't really need to. I've just gotten used to it. Now it feels weird not to do it. Oh, new song incoming. What do we got this time? Oh, what is this? This might be like Cypress Hill. I'm not super familiar with it. Hold on, let's look. Cypress Hill, don't like it. How about some Britney? How about some 90s Britney? You seen that? There's a video going around that says like best reactions to live concerts. 1 second. So this video is live concerts, and it's somebody at a Britney Spears concert. I don't know what song it is, but you know the song where she says, "It's Britney, B." Gets to that part in the song where there's a break, and all the dancers stop, and Britney stops, and right before she says it, somebody in the crowd goes, "Who is it?" And she smiles real big. You can tell she's trying not to laugh. It's Britney, B. And then there's another one by, is it, what's the name of the performer? Is it Ella Goulding? Who does the song? No, I can't even, with music in my ears, or my bones, I can't even think of the song. It's, fire, 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 fire. She waits. And then the guy in the audience goes, "What are we gonna do?" And she goes, "We're gonna watch it burn, burn, burn." She gets a big smile on her face. And I had one more, which was probably the funniest one yet. But my alarm went off. Timer went off. So we'll get to that in just a second. Let's do the next round. Don't take your time. Don't take your time. Yesterday's workout, oh my goodness. I took too much time. Way too much time. I didn't even finish the workout because I was taking way too long of breaks in between. Not today, not today. Today we're doing it. Today it's for real. Here we go, 15 push-ups followed by 15 single arm dumbbell rows followed by 20. I don't want to wear these yet. Followed by 20 bear crawls. Rows, dumbbell rows. So the funniest one was an Ariana Grande concert. James, what's up, James? James is back, everybody. James is back. Other side. Oh, new song incoming. I can't tell what it is yet. What song is this? Sounds like maybe the beginning of an Aerosmith song. It is. I don't want to, whatever that song is. Okay. To bear crawls, 20. Here we go. Nine. was round 3. Round 3. Ooh, it's time for the headband. I feel myself starting to sweat. Just a little bit. One more round. One more round before we jump to the next one. We're gonna write down our weights for next week. Those dumbbell rows, do more of those. The other 2 will just increase the quantity. 1 second. So the funniest concert reaction was Ariana Grande's. She started singing her song. She's in the middle of it. Not in the middle of it. She's like in the first 20 seconds of it. And some guy goes, hold on. Can you restart? I forgot to hit record. And in the middle of the song, she stops and starts laughing. And goes, did somebody ask me to start over because they forgot to start recording? And she's busting a gut. And she goes, you know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to start over. And then she starts her set over, or at least her song. It was very funny. How you doing? James, how you doing? I'm doing well. Today is chest, shoulders, and back. How do I put my headband on next time? Okay, last round before we move to the second set of exercises. Last round. You're a superstar. That is what you are. Coming from above. Waiting for something. Here we go, 15. Move that guy out of the way. Dumbbell rows. It's one side. 15 each. Here we go. Oh, I caught my pocket. That's bad. What do you think about? What do you think about when you got nothing else to think about? When I'm sitting here, the things that come to my head oftentimes are things that I can't talk and work out at the same time. There we go. Right into bear crawls. James says, did you bring it? Oh, I forgot. James, I'm not doing that. I'm doing bear crawls. I was supposed to bring tape. I didn't. I have forgotten about the tape. I need to go out to my shed and get it. Whew. Done with the bear crawls. We got to change our music. I don't like R&B love ballads to work out to. I don't mind R&B love ballads. Just don't want to work out to. But we got to set up our next set before we do anything else. So we're moving into our next group of core exercises. And we're going to do, here, let's switch this. We're going to do dumbbell lateral raises, shoulder lateral raises, followed by wings, bat wings. Let's see, which is going to be these guys. I'm going to do bat wings. followed by single arm dumbbell carry, 25 steps each side. So I've got to set up the bench. Oh! So it's 15. Let's move this guy over here. How about right there? Why not? I gotta check. Okay, so we got, yes, 15 dumbbells, lateral raises. Then we're gonna do bat wings, which is laying it. Don't forget to bring it next time. I'll bring it next time. When I'm done with workout, I'll go straight to the shed. I just don't like to go out there when it's cold outside. So 15 dumbbell lateral raises right into bat wings, which is the bench. You lay flat on the, oh wait, how am I supposed to lay flat on the bench? Oh, I won't put my, no, this will, I'm gonna have to move my microphone. I don't have to move my microphone. I better do that right now. First, I gotta turn into Rambo for a second. I'm starting to sweat. And I'm gonna mute my mic so it doesn't blow out your ears. How about that? Does that work? Can you hear me okay? Okay. So the bat wings is you lay flat on your chest on the bench, grab 2 dumbbells, and you hold them up against hips, rib cage. Basically, you're just gonna pull them back like you're doing aerobics. You're gonna hold them. Static hold for a certain amount of time. For us, it's gonna be 20 seconds, and you're gonna drop them. So you can do a slightly decent weight, because what you want is towards the end of that period of time to be struggling, that your gravity wants to take them back and you're still holding them in place. And then we're gonna do a single arm suitcase carry. You just take a weight, a really heavy weight, and you're gonna walk, but you're gonna be deliberate, stand upright. You're gonna take steps. Now I'm gonna have to make laps in here because I don't have a lot of room to walk. I'm gonna take 25 steps each side. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. All you're doing is carrying one arm, and then you switch arms and you carry the other way. It's kind of a core balancer. It's also a lot of grip strength. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm gonna need to get my timer here for 20 seconds for my bat wings. Do I have a 20-second timer? I do not. Let's, hold on, let me go over here. All right, let's create a timer. And what I typically do is do like 24 seconds, and it gives me 4 seconds to get into place. All right. Oh, good song. Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Here we go. My bench is right in the way. I'll come over here. You have to be careful with lateral raises. You can hurt yourself if you try to do too much weight. And you don't need a lot to be effective. Last thing you want to do is tear your arms up. All right, so now we're going to do the bat wing. And I'm not sure that I've ever done it on this bench. This is a new bench for me. So I'll hit the timer, get into place, and start. This is harder than it looks. Oh, ouch. So much harder than it looks. Stay there. Stay there. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna leave one there for later because I only need one dumbbell for the carry, but I need a lot more weight. I'm gonna drop it way down here. Ain't no mountain. Here we go. 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, shee. Backwards and forward. Other side, here we go. It's hard to stand up straight. Now I've got to put it back. Put the right weight on for it. Doing the bat wings again. Start my other timer. All right, round one. This workout isn't nearly as heart rate intensive as everything else we've done this week so far. All right, I gotta change my numbers here. All right, we'll copy them. It's hard after having done some exercises. My fingers get all shaky. It's hard to tap on an iPad here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, time's up. Time's up. Time's up. Set it for a 20-second one. All right, round two. Start with. Oh wait, we were talking earlier about. I was speaking to myself in the void of the things I think about when I let my mind wander a little bit. And often, my mind goes to Disneyland. I love Disneyland. I grew up in California. So we would save our pennies and nickels and dimes all year. And then my mom, when she got her tax return, would put whatever money she got from that towards it. And we would drive south. I lived in Northern California, so we'd have to drive really far south. Let's start the timer here. And we'd go stay at a little tiny motel. It doesn't exist anymore. Called the Penny Sleeper Inn. And we'd get up super, super early. So that we were waiting. This was before they had the parking structures, before, California Adventure. And we've been waiting at the gate for parking. They had just a regular fence. And we would be the very first car in line at that fence. And they'd open the fence and we'd go park at Goofy or Donald Duck, which again doesn't exist anymore. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm walking. Here we go. And we couldn't afford to buy food in the park. So we would have packed food with us all the way from our home in Northern California in a cooler. I mean, we made tuna fish sandwiches and have orange crush soda. And we'd come back out to the car for lunch, eat our tuna fish sandwiches. Well, my mom would try to make sure that we had enough money saved that we could do at least one meal in the park. And we, without fail, would always go to the same restaurant. Partly because the portions seemed to be bigger than other restaurants. It was, at the time, it's not called this anymore, but the time was called Casa Mexicana. And we go, yay, Casa Mexicana! Right next to Big Thunder Mountain, on kind of the south side of Big Thunder Mountain, as you round the corner. And I've got very, very fond memories of Disneyland because it was about the only vacation that we ever did. Never left the state for any reason. One time I did. And hey, that was our big bean burrito. Good morning, thank you. I appreciate the muscles. And the face that's going, shaky face. So, needless to say, I love taking my kids to Disneyland because it was my safe space growing up, and I've got so many nostalgic memories of the place. And for the most part, it looks relatively the same as it did in 1980. Obviously, a lot of new rides, obviously expansions, but most of it looks relatively the same. All right. Disney World. Yes. Although I am talking specifically about Disneyland. I didn't go to Disney World until I turned 40. And my wife took me there for my 40th birthday. And it was, whoa, it was not what I was expecting. I grew up at Disneyland. I had no idea what Disney World was like. It's massive. And needless to say, I've taken my kids to Disney World since then, and they love it. But I think they like Disneyland better because of the love that I have for Disneyland, and they get a kick out of that. And I got a whole strategy for how you approach Disneyland to get the biggest bang for your buck. Like what you have to do to prepare, what time you need to be at what position, the strategy to take to go get to rope drop, from rope drop, how to get to which ride, depending on what you're trying to do. I got to keep working out. Hey, quit making me talk. Here we go. Ooh. But planning for Disneyland trips and then going is like one of my favorite things in the world. It's a little bit of a challenge. Like, how do you win? Because Disney's charging you so much. It's almost like gambling, right? How do you beat the house? How do you beat Disneyland? Oh, when it costs so much to go. To me, it's all about, oh my gosh, hold on, this song. Oh, if you had this song playing for you right now, this is one of the most just chill songs ever.
guy from Idaho made it famous again by riding on a skateboard, drinking cranberry juice, and lip syncing to this song. It's Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. So good. I wasn't paying attention to my steps. I think I've gone too far. We'll do 3 more, 2 more. Oh, forget it. We're just gonna stop there because I'm losing my grip strength. That means I went too far. How do I beat Disneyland? By not going. That's the truth. That's just like gambling. How do you beat a Vegas casino? By not gambling. But to me, there is some value in Disney. Wait, I'm gonna have to wait because I have to count my steps this time. Okay, switch the weights out, and then we've got 1 more round. That's it. Around your dreams. Okay, 1 more round. And since we're in our last round, this is where we've got to write down how we're going to increase our weight depending on how well we did. And I feel pretty good about how we did today. Yeah, we're gonna go up 5 pounds. And what you... All right, what is, Fat Fairy Fitness, welcome back. Last time I was at Disney World was in my teens. I was free because my grandmother was a hotel manager. Oh, no way! That is a serious inn. You get to go to Disney World for free when you were a kid? Because your grandma was a hotel manager? Man, I would be rubbing that other kids' faces all the time. I mean, they would hate me for it, but I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, I go to Disney World. I know Mickey. Goofy, we're tight. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of Disney. Just don't have the money. It's true. Disney just, man. And that's why living in California and not having a whole lot of money, the only way we could do it was by everybody in the family. There's 5 of us kids in my family. All of us putting our pennies and nickels and dimes and extra money that we could make. I had a paper out. And then my mom using her extra money plus her tax refund. And then driving down, staying at the cheapest, dinkiest little motel, the Penny Sleeper Inn. All 6 of us in one room, me and my brother, and 2 of my sisters will sleep on the floor. And then, of course, bringing all of our own food, never buying anything in there. And then, this is how you beat Disney, at least in my opinion. Beat Disney by how many rides can you get in during the period of time in which the park is open. Every ride has a value, right? Don't stop for parades. Don't stop for fireworks. It's how many rides can you get. And we got really, really good at using that first hour to 2 hours and understanding what it would mean to be at the front of the rope drop and where you need to go in order to stay ahead of the huge crowd behind you. Because if you're at the front of the rope drop and you can stay ahead of the crowd behind you, you can hit ride after ride after ride after ride before everybody catches up. And we'd get more done in the first 2 hours than the entirety of the rest of the day because then there's just too many people. That's how you beat Disney. What are we listening to? This has got a good jam to it. I don't know it. Hold on. Tony Braxton. He Wasn't Man. I don't know what that is. Oh, He Wasn't Man Enough. I'm not super familiar with Tony Braxton. Never listened to her. But this has got a good beat. All right, here we go. Last round of these exercises. Starting with, what are we starting with? Oh, shoulder. Doing lateral raises. 15 into the hold, into the walk. Here we go. Okay, favorite ride at Disney? Disneyland. Well, I guess whatever Disney, I don't care. In fact, you know what? I'm a big fan of Universal now. We go to Universal all the time. Every time I have a kid that turns 11, which now they all are. Hold on, where are we at? 5, 6. I take them to Universal in Orlando. 7, 8, so they can get their wands. Was that 9? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it became a tradition that when you turned 11, you got to go to Harry Potter World and get your wand, become a true wizard. So we like Universal just as much as Disney now. But I still have a soft spot in my heart for Disneyland. Oh, especially old rides. In fact, I've got I probably shouldn't say this. No, I'm not going to. That gives away too much. Just let me know. What are your top 3 favorite Disney or Universal rides? Oh, I have to split up between Disneyland, Disney World, and Universal because I look at the 3 of them very differently from each other. Because Disneyland holds such a special place in my heart, I can't compare it to the others. So I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to start with Universal. Hold on, let's see. Very bad. I spent a whole summer living on Disney property. That'd be so awesome. What great memories to have. Okay. After I do this, because I got to count 5, I'll tell you 7, my 9 favorite. I can't think. 40, 50, 60, 70, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Favorite Universal rides. Velocicoaster. Oh my gosh. That's like the greatest roller coaster ride ever. I love it. Such a good roller coaster ride. Velocicoaster. Right behind that is Hagrid's roller coaster. Okay. So my kids like Hagrid's better. It's so well themed. It's just a hoot of a ride. But for overall just thrill level, man, Velocicoaster is the bomb. Does anybody say that anymore? Does anybody say the bomb anymore? Okay, that was the first 2/3 of the workout. We're moving on to the last, I'll leave that up, third of the workout, which is all cardio. It's going to be just 20 minutes of cardio, which is 10 minutes on, working for 10 minutes, and then resting for 10 minutes. Sorry, working for 1 minute, resting for 1 minute, and doing that cycle 10 times, which ends up being 20 minutes. This is a good song. Big sick like ginger ale. Who is this? This is, oh, come on, Dave. This is, I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rinds with the lack there. Leave me empty inside. Swallow my doubt, turn it inside. Find nothing but faith in nothing. Who is this? It's not Third Eye Blind, is it? No. Third Eye Blind would be, shoot, who is this? Inside Out by Eve 6. For Pete's sake. Okay, let's see. Favorite ride? Space Mountain. Favorite defunct ride? Ooh, Alien Encounter. That was fun. With Stitch, right? Alien Encounter where you were there and it like went dark and you'd like feel him and he'd like spit in your face and stuff because he broke out of his cage. Favorite magical ride? Peter Pan Adventure. Mystified how cool they could fly off the tracks. It's true. Peter Pan is still like one of the top Disney rides as far as attendance, number of riders. I look at my little app. Hold Hold on, I gotta stop this music for a second. If you've got the Disneyland or the Disney World app, you can, of course, look and see what the wait times are for any of the rides in real time. And so I often will be working at my desk at work and will just feel compelled to know what's happening at Disneyland. And I'll jump on and go, ooh, look. Ooh, the line is short for Space Mountain right now. I could be on that. Or, oh man, look how long the line is. Okay, we got to get this started here. Oh, I didn't turn it on. We'll talk more. Let me just get this started. 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off. Start at a quick pace. For me, that's going to be about, I don't know, 7 miles per hour. That's quick for me. And we'll look and see what you had to say here in just a second. We'll go at the 30-second mark. What do we got here? Never been to Universal. Universal at one point in time. When I was a kid in California, I went to Universal one time, and it was like, I was like, what the crap is this place? This is dumb. I just wasn't impressed because I love Disney so much. And the rides were, I mean, they were okay, but getting on E.T., the ride, getting on that little bike and flying around, I just didn't feel the same as something like Peter Pan, right? Now, Peter Pan, obviously, more cartoony, but still. Okay, the screen's too far away for me to actually read what the next thing says. So let me get through this minute of running, and during my rest, let's take a look-see here. There we go. Okay, 1 minute of rest. Point is to get the heart rate up to that fat burning stage. All right, so I feel like Dad-bod hasn't been anything since 2001. Yes, that's probably true. That's probably true. Before it was Stitch, it was a terrifying alien experience. Oh, really? It was something before Stitch? Shoot. I've never been on it. They had to change it to Stitch because there were like 3 heart attacks on the more scary. No way. Disney had a legitimate, like, horrifying experience that scared people, like, legitimately. Because even the Stitch thing made me jump a little bit. I was a kid, but wow. So they had to change it. Could you imagine? You take your grandma to Disney, take her on a ride, and she dies. I'd be so sad. Here we go, next minute. Okay. So, my favorite Disneyland rides. Oh, it's hard to say. I love them all so much. Haunted Mansion. Between Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, it's always hard. Oh, you can watch the whole experience? Thank you, Fat Fairy Fitness. When I know this, I'm going to look that up. I had no idea. That's fantastic. I'm going to watch an old ride I've never been on before. So, Disneyland, Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean have the same level of nostalgic love. Pirates might win it out a little bit for ambiance, because when you're in line for Pirates at Disneyland, you walk around outside on the ground, and then you take these ramps up to the top, and then on one side you walk around a little bit, and then you actually enter in to the landing area, the boat area, the boathouse. And as soon as you come around that corner to the door that's open, you can smell it. It's a very, very distinct, swampy, kind of chlorine-y smell that is 100% that ride and that ride only. You can smell things similar-ish, but it has a very, very, such a distinct smell. And as soon as I smell it, I'm like, oh, there it is. And of course, the ride itself from that moment on is such a feast of I can't think while I'm looking at the time. Hold on. The whole thing is ambiance. It's I don't know how to describe it. So slow moving, and it brings you into that really dark Louisiana swamp, and then very slowly around the corner, and it gets really dark, and then you hear Jolly Roger, the skull, talking, and as you come around this corner, you see him, and his mouth is moving. It's just bright enough, and then you have done that first thing, and it's, man, that whole thing's just awesome. Pirates of the Caribbean and fun. You can ride it 70 times, and each time you discover something new. Oh yeah, there's just so many details in Pirates. It's true Disney. I mean, that is got Walt's fingerprints all over it. Ambiance, is that the word I said? Ambiance? Oh, here we go. So, that and Haunted Mansion are similar to me because of, again, the mood that it sets, right? Haunted Mansion is similar. It doesn't have the smell, but it does set the mood, right? You're walking in the courtyard of the mansion in the maze, and then when you actually get into the courtyard, you go into that elevator, right? Everybody gets in, super dark. You hear those 6 notes, those chords. Ba da 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 da. It's played real slowly, right? Just barely hear it. It's even slower than that. And then the doors close. And you hear the voice that ultimately says, "Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion," as the room stretches. So great. And it's funny, I didn't know for the longest time, those chords, those slow chords that you hear on the organ. It's the exact same song throughout the entire ride. It just gets faster. So when you're finally in the graveyard scene, and it's grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. So close your eyes and you da 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 da. Exact same chords. It's just sped up. Love that song. Love the Haunted Mansion. As a kid, it terrified me. Those ghosts jumping out from behind the tombstones. Oh, I hated them. But at the same time, I loved them. Next one. So those are definitely my top 2 at Disneyland. It is, if I had to pick a third ride, it would be so difficult because I've got such a love for all of them. But I would have to probably pit 2 rides against each other for third place. One being Space Mountain, because it was the roller coaster of its day. So much fun. But I've got a very soft spot in my heart for Big Thunder Mountain. Because again, my mom took me and my siblings to Disneyland. And the reason why she did is because her mom took her. My grandma loved Disneyland. And even as an old lady in her 80s, close to death, she would still ride Big Thunder Mountain. It was her favorite. So every time we go Disneyland, we ride Big Thunder Mountain several times in my grandma's honor. Okay. I love the storytelling of Hollywood Tower of Terror. Yeah, Tower of Terror is another one that's just such a great setup for what the ride is. To take a ride that you could go to a carnival and ride something somewhat similar to Tower of Terror. Not quite the same, because a carnival is just going to drop you. Whew. Tower of Terror, as I'm sure you know, it actually pulls you faster than gravity could, which is why it gives you that extra sensation. Of course, then it goes up and down. It doesn't just drop. And so I'm so glad that Tower of Terror still exists in Florida at Disney World. But I'm also, okay, now I gotta tell a story. For the longest time, Tower of Terror was my favorite ride. Oh, by the way, when I say favorite rides at Disneyland, I'm speaking specifically of Disneyland, not California Adventure. Because for the longest time, my favorite ride, just ride, of any rides anywhere, was Tower of Terror. Just love that sensation, right? Whoa, getting dropped. And when I heard that they were retrofitting it, upgrading it, renovating it to Guardians of the Galaxy, I was mortified. Don't get me wrong, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. But, man, you're gonna take this amazing ride that has, I mean, the closest thing you have to it is Haunted Mansion. You don't have spooky mood rides like that. Very many of them, you're gonna get rid of it. And so I was pretty upset about the change. But then, oh friends, but then, I went on, what time is it? Okay. I went on Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time. Gotta hand it to him. I was wrong. Disney was right. It is a better ride. It is so much fun. It quickly became my new favorite ride. Number one, because something about the inclusion of classic rock music. And the very first time I rode it, I'll never forget, the song that came on was Free Ride. Rocket go, let's turn it up. And he plugs in the Walkman, and it went, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, come on and take a free ride. And you go, boo. And that's the other thing I love about it, is that it starts right off the bat. You don't like slowly make your way to the top and then wait for that moment to drop. He goes, let's go. And you almost immediately go, and shoot upwards. And there's a lot more ups and downs, at least I think there is, sure feels like it, in Guardians of the Galaxy than there is, or was, on Tower of Terror. And also, if you've never been to Disneyland, and I've only been to Disney World has, the ride has more to it. At Disney World, you get in the little carriage, and it lifts you up, and it starts telling the story, and then the doors open, and, well, no, I think it does the thing where you go see the people, and the girl waves, or they all wave, and then all the light goes to a slit, and then a door opens. Oh shoot, that's time. A door opens, and the actual carriage leaves the elevator, and you're in this room where it says you got a huge eyeball. It's like blinking at you, and things written, and the carriage is moving through this room and going to a different elevator before you do the drops, right? For those of you who haven't been at Disneyland, that doesn't happen there. It doesn't exist. You get in the carriage, you go up a little, opens the door, tells part of the story, close the door. Go up a little more, opens the door, tells a little part of the story. Go up a little more, open the door, tells the rest of the story, closes, drops. there's no movement of that carriage in and out of any other room. So I'm kind of glad that they've kept it in Florida at least. But between the two, Guardians is better. Hate to say it, it is a better ride. And still don't love myself. Oh, next minute. During the Halloween season, at night, the ride switches. I had no idea. I usually avoid Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties and things like that. But you don't have to go to that party. You don't have to pay for the extra tickets to be able to get a completely different Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout story. So if you go during the Halloween season, I think they shut it down for just a little bit and they open it back up once it gets dark. And all of the story that you're used to hearing in line for the ride isn't there. Well, like you walk into the first room where you usually meet Rocket and where the collector is giving his big spiel about welcome to my collection and whatnot. But it's just all glitched out. Because it, like you see him trying to talk, but it's good. And Rocket's not there. In fact, if I remember correctly, we didn't even wait in that room. The line just went through the room. And all of the lighting, there's actually quite a bit of lighting on the ride through the queue. It's usually colorful and flashing and doing different things to indicate different things. And during this Halloween version, it's all red. Everything's red, but it's also glitching everywhere. Oh, no, there is a story. Sorry, there is a story in the collector's room. But the story is that a big monster has broken out. Some kind of massive monster. And baby Groot is somewhere in the facility, and this monster is hunting baby Groot. And Rocket needs your help, and he's telling you, I need your help, but he kind of on the side is basically saying, I'm using you as bait in order to be able to lure the monster away from Groot and to you. And so the whole thing is much more ominous. Like, the sounds and stuff that are happening feel like you're just in this broken technology center of some kind, and like everybody's gone. It's a little bit like you've walked into The Walking Dead, like you're Rick Grimes. You just woke up at the hospital and everything's too quiet and there's nobody around, but everything seems off, right? So without giving away too much, you get on this ride. Oh man, you get on this ride, and it's the same experience as far as what the ride does, up, down, up, down, up, down. But what you see and what you hear, boy, was there music? I've only done this once. I don't remember if there's music or not. If there is, what you're seeing as the door opens is this massive monster and baby Groot, and this massive monster tracking Groot, and then eventually tracking you. And again, without giving away too much, there's something that happens at the very, very end of the ride. When you think the ride is over, oh my gosh, I jumped so bad, peed my pants, just totally not ready for it. I will leave it at that. And it wasn't even a big deal, other than I thought the ride was over and it wasn't. Here we go. I think we got maybe 2 more rounds of this. This one plus 1 more. I think that might be 10. I wasn't going to stay here and talk the entire time because this is boring to watch. But you guys got me talking about Disneyland and about the rides. So, we got to finish this out though. We talked about our 3 favorite Universal. Oh, I didn't say my 3rd favorite Universal. My 3rd favorite is probably the Rip Rocket ride, the red ride. At least it was Because at one point in time at Universal, this ride, you got to pick which song you got to listen to as you went through the roller coaster, and it made all the difference. Because I picked Beastie Boys Sabotage. Oh, can't stand it. I know you planned it. Well, they timed the song perfectly with the first drop. You're going literally straight up on this ride. And then it curves the top and goes straight down. And so it's doing that guitar at the beginning of Sabotage. Gunga, 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 as you're going up. And right at the peak of that curve, right as you start going down, it goes, oh, I can't stand it. And it's just like, yeah! Something about music really motivates me. Gets my heart going. One more round, I think. One more round. So that'd be my third one for Universal. Disney World, I didn't talk about my top three there, but I got to finish with California Adventure. And top three at California Adventure, obviously number one, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the best ride of all time. Mission Breakout. Although, at Disney World, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disney World may be my favorite Disney World ride. The roller coaster there, oh, it's so well done. But again, back to California Adventure, I'd have to say that although I love the Incredicoaster, which once was California Screamin', Cars, Radiator Springs Racers, is just, what an amazing feat of an Imagineering. It's such great storytelling. It's a longer ride. It's got the ambiance. It's fun. It's got some adrenaline and excitement towards the end when you race. It's fabulous. Ride that ride over and over and over again. And probably number three is Soarin'. A little bit like Pirates of the Caribbean, Soarin' puts you in a position of total relaxation. And you've been walking all day at Disneyland to be taken up into the sky and floating over vistas, smelling the stuff they're pumping into that room. And that's it. That's it, we're done. Thank goodness. So, California Adventure, Guardians of the Galaxy, Radiator Springs, Soarin'. My friends, let me put this thing down. Apologize for staying on this whole time. Thank you for hanging out with me for a bit. I'm gonna go help my kids get ready for school now. Now, sometimes I have a hard time working out on a Saturday. I just don't like it. If I can't wake up early when my brain is still not functioning, as soon as I can start thinking about working out, like as soon as I'm awake enough that I know what's going on, boy, my desire drops. I got an empty tank. But, if you all think that you would be motivated to have some of your own exercising or strenuous activity, or just motivated to whatever you're going to do, and by me being on here, you might say, hey, look, if Dave's going to be on, I'll be on. And you know what? I'll work out tomorrow. But it won't be at 5 in the morning. Well, it wasn't today either. It'll probably be at, I got to stop this time and write it down. It'll probably be at like 6:30, maybe even 7. Sorry, that's mountain time, if you care to know. See, 66 minutes was that total workout. Woo! Good job, good job. I feel good about that. Hope you feel good about it. Oh no, don't do that. What are we doing? And now I'm going to go start my day with my family. Hope you all have a great weekend. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for listening to all my talk about